All right, welcome to round 8 of the MRL No Assist Championship for Season 10. I'm Mock Mage, and Pat is not present today. Thankfully, I do have a very gracious substitute who is here today. He doesn't speak much, but I think you'll all like him. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and take a look straight into this circuit. So the Jeddah Corniche Circuit, 27 corners to make your way around, in almost 4 miles worth of track, 3 DRS zones, in what is honestly a very difficult track, with and no assists on top of that. It's just going to increase the difficulty by a significant margin. So taking a close look, I mean, it's a very intensive track. You know, it's flat out for most of it. Fast corners, blind corners as well. Makes this track as exciting as it is unforgiving. So these drivers are going to have to play their cards carefully, while at the same time, of course, pushing it to the max. It's very much this track feels like a risk versus reward circuit. You know, the closer you get, the closer to the walls that you get, you know, the faster you're going to be able to go, essentially. You know, just making your lines as close as you possibly can. But all it takes is one little tap, just one little tap, and your entire car will die brutally. You know, this is a track that can very easily ruin you in the span of one simple corner, so you gotta be on your toes. I described this earlier in Tier 5 as basically a much faster version of Monaco, which, I mean, I think that rings pretty well around here. Plenty of room to overtake in some areas, but in other parts like this, you can manage overtakes. I've seen with a couple drivers earlier in Tier 5, JT in particular making some absolutely insane moves, makes me question his mental state. But, yeah, brilliant moves nonetheless from him. I don't know how the end result will be going to be, because there are a lot of events that occur that could potentially change the result. So I guess we'll have to see how that one plays out. But enough of Tier 5, we're here for no assist. Aston is going to be the first person on a flying lap, if I am correct. I think yeah, I am correct. Esteban is the first one on a flying lap, making his way towards the hairpin corner. This is a decent overtaking spot, but you need to be significantly faster than the car ahead of you. Like, I would say probably half a second in order to make a move around there. Or, you know, just fresher tires works too, you know. Esteban having to correct his car, otherwise he would have turned in a little bit too hard and had an intimate relationship with the wall right there. So, Esteban doing well to keep out of that and really just, again, pushing it close to the edge, close to the walls. That's exactly what you need to do just at a competitive time. And, like, so close to the wall, you could practically kiss it, although I do not condone kissing a wall while going at 200 miles per hour, unless you want to say goodbye to your entire face in the process. Anyways, Aston going across the line. The benchmark time will be a 126.7. That is a brilliant lap time from the Aston Martin. And I wonder if anyone else is going to be able to beat that. We do have Yellow Snowman making his way through. Kate the Possum far down. So is Benzo. Benzo is almost 3 full seconds behind that lap time. Yellow Snowman, I feel like he's got some confidence around here. We'll have to see as he rounds the final corner. Runs a little bit wide, though. Oh, that's a struggle of an exit. I think he's backing out. He is indeed. No, he's not backing out on this lap. Going across the line, he puts himself P4 as Moldy Dragon is ahead, and Snaky just beat him into the 120 heats. But still, okay, sorry, don't mind me. I just heard some sirens in the background. Aston Bot still the fastest time by over a full second. 1.3 seconds to be exact. Sketchy Bull making his way through Sector 1, and that might be a purple one too. Miniko just a little further ahead. Actually, Miniko and Sketchy are like right next to each other. Wouldn't be surprised if they coordinated this intentionally. Oh no, Miniko! Miniko crashed! Oh... You know, at the very least, I feel better knowing that I didn't curse Sketchy this time. But we're going to ride on board with Sketchy for the remainder of this lap. So far, it's looking quite good. I can only imagine Sketchy telling me, "Why are you doing this? You made me crash the past 2 qualifying sessions because you were on board." But honestly, this seems different this time around. Maybe the curse is worn off because Sketchy has put together a very solid lap going to cross the line. He's going to be putting himself P4. Ketchin is now the closest one in range to Esteban, but still, that's 8/10ths the difference. Allen is on an outlap, and of course, championship leader. Maybe he can secure the title here. I'm not good at paying attention to the numbers. I'm gonna be real. So I'll have to take a look at that later on and find out. Old School making his way through. Actually, if someone watching knows the numbers in the championship standings and all that, just say in chat. I would really like to know that. Now, meanwhile, we have Old School making his way through, again, keeping it very close on the line here. He's going to get a little bit of a tow from his teammate, who hopefully doesn't get in the way here. And, yep, Old School's fully clear now, going around the final corner. Nice exit, going across the line. Old School appears to have put himself together a very fine lap indeed, and he puts himself P4. Meanwhile, we have Allen, and let's see what lap he is going to be able to set. Runs a little bit wide. Oh, yeah, this lap is completely ruined. He's going to back out, and he's going to make another attempt. Meanwhile, we have Border starting a lap. Okay, so we'll ride on board with Border for this one, making his way through the first 2 corners. That chicane is very tight for overtaking attempts. And now, through the rest of Sector 1, there's many blind corners. That's number 1. This corner is kind of blind as well, so is the next one. And this section is a little bit more open with a little bit more room to move around, which is honestly quite nice to have, but you extend a little bit too wide out of that corner. That's track limits. Now making his way towards the hairpin, like I mentioned before, one of the best overtaking spots on this entire track that is not in DRS involved. And he runs through it nicely, getting close to the edge of the track while staying within the limits. Oh, has to course correct in that corner. He's not the first driver to do that, and I doubt he'll be the last. Again, like you turn it a little bit too early, and that can very easily spell your doom around here. Border doing well to course correct before that occurred. Now making his way through this lap, it seems to be coming together quite nicely. He's gotten a good rhythm around here. And now he's just making his way down the back straight towards the spoon part of the track, as I call it. I mean, look at the track. It looks like a bent spoon. That's what it looks like. Border now going across the line. He's going to put himself P4. Ferrari is looking very confident, and so is Alpine, which is more I can say for the team in real life. Minico in the chat, your boy is wounded. Yeah, Minico's gonna have to go for another run. Now, he told me himself he is not too confident around here. And it appears Allen is having a problem with that too, because, you know, he completely botched his lap as well. So, could we see a dark horse result? Right now, Esteban was the first person to set a lap. And no one has beaten it. There is almost 8/10ths of difference between himself and P2. Esteban, like, he just seems unstoppable here. And he's going for another lap. Can he improve? Let's find out. We're going to ride on board here with Esteban. Going into turn 1. He cuts that corner really deeply. I mean, he managed to pull off some magic, so I want to stick on for this whole lap. He's sticking so close to the edges here. Absolute confidence. No mistakes. Really sharp into those corners. Nice and wide. Had to course correct just a little bit. But he's up 3/10ths? What? No. This is not fair. Excuse me. What? He's already almost 8/10ths clear, and he's about to increase that gap by over a second, should he continue. Oh, a little bit more rough through Sector 2. That might be a little bit of time loss. Did he back out? He's backed out. Yeah, he's not pushing. Is he? Yeah, okay, I thought so. Why did he put... He was over 3... Oh my god. I'm not okay after that one. I am officially not okay after that. Meanwhile, we have Alan, who is now going on another flyer. After botching his first run, he's going to go full force in the second one. Oh, that was an oversteer. Did well to keep the oversteer under control, but you could see the car just like slide just a little bit on that left-hander. Again, like had it slipped just a little bit more, he would have found himself going sideways relatively quickly. Runs a little bit wide. He is not a fan of that corner, and you can see the car just slipping a little bit underneath him. I don't think Alan is just very confident at this particular circuit. This track may be his kryptonite. Because, yeah. I mean, he's still putting in a competitive lap, but still, you can see he invalidates. Yeah, he's not having a good time here. He's on the razor's edge. Oh. Meanwhile, Minico, oh, he has a brush with that wall. So many people are struggling at that particular corner. But still, this lap is looking much better. Let's see if we can... Did he back up? Okay, no. He's still pushing full send. Snakey is the first person to get within a half a second of Estenba. And catching us a second. But still, no one has managed to catch the Aston Martin. Alan has yet to set a time, and we barely have over 5 minutes left. Alan went wide at one corner in this first run, invalidated the second. Minico, another top runner, he's down by a significant margin, still down by over 4 seconds. He's going into the pits. Neither of them have yet to set a competitive time, and we still have 5 drivers who have yet to set a lap time at all. Hitch is one of them. He's on the flyer right now, and he's making his way towards Sector 3. Let's see what level he's at currently. Going through... That's a nice Sector 2, actually. Is Hitch pulling out some magic here? Because I might be speaking too soon. But this lap just... I think it's going to be enough to get into the top 5. I'm actually quite confident in saying that right now. Going around now, heading towards the line. Hitch is going to put in a monster of a lap. Monstrous enough to get himself second place. But still, not close enough to Estenba. I think Esteban's going to do a one and done. Oh, MRK, meanwhile. Everybody struggles around that particular corner. That particular set of 2 corners. MRK needs to move. He's on the racing line. Oh, that was not okay. That was not okay. I'm not okay after that one. So if I had a heart rate meter attached to myself and on stream, you would have seen like heart rate normal in that moment. Boom, it's gone. Like my heart rate just immediately just skyrocketed. Meanwhile, Gary making his way through the trouble corners that everybody else has had a hard time with. He brushes a little bit with the wall on the outside. Everybody is hating that particular set. I need to look up. I need to look it up. I need to look up that particular set of corners. What are the corner numbers? Come on, give me the... Okay, perfect. Here we go. There we go. Okay, turn 16 and 17. Those are the 2 corners. That section is what's troubling so many drivers thus far. So many people are just going through and are miserable. Alan is beginning another flyer. MRK has retired in the pits, having failed to set a single lap during qualifying. Estenba is going on an out lap, looking to improve. He managed to find 3/10 of Sector 1 alone, so who knows what it'll look like when he actually completes the lap. Alan Toast, meanwhile, he's going to be making his way through. cutting it close here once again through Sector 1. Runs a little bit wide, slips a little bit. That's going to be some time loss and momentum loss on top of all that. Now making his way through Sector 2. Going through this section, turns 16 and 17. It's been giving so many drivers a hard time. Let's see how Alan navigates this particular set of corners. Manages it quite well, actually. Gets a good exit and runs through perfectly. He's still got the rest of the lap to go, and he still has that one section where he managed to invalidate his lap. Let's see if he can avoid it this time around. Running wide. He loses the car almost entirely. Alan is not liking it here. This driver was just seemed unstoppable. This track is proving to be the immovable object in this situation, and it appears to be winning. Alan Toast, when he crosses the line, he's not going to be on pole, but can he put himself into the top 10? I think he can do that at the very least. Puts himself P5, actually. Good lap, but you could see it. He was losing it here and there. Did he spun? I turn away just as he spins. Wait, no, Alan, you're blocking the pit lane. You need to move. Oh, this is not okay for me. Meanwhile, let's catch up with Miniko and see if he's going to be able to put in a competitive lap time here. Going through... This Sector 2 is not looking... never mind. He's not pushing. Duh. Yeah, Alan, though... Yeah, Alan's done. That's the best he's going to be able to do. Esteban, meanwhile, is getting a lap started. Hitch and Ketchen are getting ready to... Alan has lost the car! Oh! I hate to say it, but I am predicting Alan to crash and DNF this particular... Oh my god! Race weekend! My brain was trying to say both at the same time, and apparently words are hard. Yellow Snowman, meanwhile, making his way through. That's, yeah, Yellow is done, but still P6! I mean, he must have just put in that lap a little while ago. Old School, meanwhile, let's see what he can do in Sector 1. He's up 3/10. Let's check in with Esteban. Similar time. He's gaining almost 3/10. Cars on the racing line, manages to avoid it. Still going full send through here. I'm curious to see how much he improves by even further. He's up over half a second! There's no way he's getting a 125. There is absolutely no way he's getting a 125. If he does, I'm walking out right now. Oh, it's a smidge of oversteer still. This lap he has put together is absolutely immaculate. And he improves by half a second. And it's not a 125, so I'm not walking out. But still, what a lap. Hitch is not improving. What about Keshin? Has he found enough improvement to beat Esteban? I don't think he has. Crossing the line, though, he could prove me wrong. No, he's down! He's down by almost half a second! Meanwhile, Miniko. Is Miniko set a lap time? Okay, he's getting ready to cross the line. What time does a Red Bull driver set? He puts himself P3. Brilliant lap from him. But he's still 0.8 down from Esteban. And Hitch is half a second down from Esteban. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know how he did it. This is some absolute sorcery that we're looking at right now. Just absolutely baffling. Yeah, and Esteban, if this qualifying reflects into the race, Esteban is going to be pulling a Max Verstappen. Kind of like what Alan did last week at Bahrain, actually. And Alan, he's down in P7. And Miniko is ahead. So is Hitch, Ketchen. Alan is not in the greatest spot. Old School, props to him. Great qualifying. Up in P6. Yellow Snowman up in P8. This is looking to be set up to be a very exciting race. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. Sketchy, not an ideal qualifying for him. Same for Drunken Shamrock, who did not manage to put in a single lap. Let's see what happens during the actual race, because, again, wow, I did not expect this. Okay, just a little bit of time left to go before the race begins, and who do you think is going to win? Feel free to comment who's going to win in chat, and let's see what happens. I'm going to decide if your take is good or terrible. Taking a little bit longer than I initially expected for the race to begin, but I suspect it will be beginning in just a moment's time. Any minute now. Okay, there we go. 5 red lights are going to be coming on here in Jeddah. 5 red lights are out. We are underway. Estenbot immediately gets a clean getaway and is going to be leading into turn 1. Minico, meanwhile, is under pressure from Ketchin. And Snaky through! What a move from Snaky to just essentially cheese a position. Just taking that opportunity of that side-by-side maneuver to just squeeze his way through. Brilliant start for him. Meanwhile, Allen is still stuck in P7. He's on the medium tires, yellow on the hards, stealing his time into Gwenfro, and he's already down a margin. So is old school. Gwenfro has to move out of the way. Meanwhile, Yellow makes a move on Ketchin all around the outside. Can he put himself out of the Alpine? He pulls it off. Now Allen wants in on some of that action, but he can't get himself ahead of the Alpine. Still stuck in P7. Now Yellow's going to make full use of that soft tire. Now, soft to medium strategy is optimal around here, and it is very doable. Allen makes the move on Ketchin as well. I think Ketchin may be running a little bit more high downforce at the current moment. Allen running perhaps a little bit lower downforce, as he's now close within range of Yellow Snowman looking to make a move. Yeah, he definitely looks like he's running lower downforce, because you can see how quickly he's reeling in that AlphaTauri, and now he's going to dive in on the inside into the final corner. He pulls off the move and gets ahead. Meanwhile, Multi-Dragon is looking for some action as well, as he puts himself ahead of Ketchin. Ketchin is not having a good time right now, having lost several positions immediately out the gate. You can see here he's lost 4 positions just in this first lap, not having a great time. Meanwhile, Allen puts himself ahead of Yellow and is now out to P5. Stinky makes a move on Minico and is now up into the podium places. Minico looking to fight back on the inside, the two going side by side through Sector 1. This is a very dangerous place to go racing, but neither one are holding back. Stinky comes out. Oh my god, he nearly killed Minico going off the track, rejoining, kind of bashing into him. Stinky wisely decides to back out and wait for another opportunity. Hitch, meanwhile, is keeping Esteban honest. That getaway I was expecting is not yet occurred, and Sketchy Bull has been putting in some serious work. Let's take a look at the position change, and he's gained 5 already. MRK also gaining quite a few positions and is up to P6. So this is already a mega start for the both of them. Multi-Dragon, meanwhile, on the heels of Ketchin, looking for an opportunity, a chance to make a move. These hard tires are not doing Ketchin any favors. He just can't seem to get them lit up at the moment. Either that or he's running some heavy levels of downforce, which unfortunately is costing him so heavily on these straights. Allen, meanwhile, has pulled well over a second and is now within a range of 4th And third place, Minico once again ahead of Snaky, as he's going to try and perhaps make a getaway from the Ferrari. Almost a second clear as Minico goes into the pits. He must have wing damage. And Alan is now going to be charging, looking for a chance to get onto the podium positions, diving deep on the outside into turn 1. Snaky bashes into Alan. Just gives him no room in that corner. I suspect Minico had damage, and that's why he pit. Unfortunate for him, probably the collision between him and Snaky is what caused it. Snaky keeps himself ahead of Alan, as Alan is going to be looking for another opportunity to make a move. He unsettles Snaky there for a moment and nearly causes a disaster. Yellow Snowman makes an opportunistic move and makes a double overtake. Absolutely brilliant from Yellow. And now the battle between Snaky and Alan continues. Minico gets a 3-second time penalty. Snaky and Alan almost come together again, and Yellow is up into the podium place as Ketchin now keeping up, as well as Alan is looking for another opportunity here. Soon enough, Snaky getting DRS is going to look for a chance to make a move. The speed difference is immense, but he chooses to back out for the time being. And this could leave him vulnerable to the McLaren behind, but Yellow is in dire straits, quite literally in this situation. He's got a Ferrari, McLaren, and Alpine chasing behind. That Ferrari isn't behind any longer, as now McLaren is looking for a chance as well. Yellow keeping advantage with those soft tires, is going to be able to keep himself alongside. My question is, did Snaky get the DRS, or did Yellow get the DRS? Looks like neither of them did, but Alan did. He can't make a move, though, because he's boxed in by the two cars. He has to back out, but it's Ketchin going on the inside, 3 wide into turn 1. Surely this spells a disaster, but it doesn't. Ketchin remains P4 now, as he's going side by side with the Alpine. And in all of this, Alan loses out and is down to P6. Sketchy gets a 3-second time penalty now. Oh my god, that was non-stop for a while. Yellow goes wide, has to rejoin, almost causes a collision there, and loses it on several positions. This action for third place is seemingly non-stop, as now Sketchy makes a move, and is quickly gaining on these top 3rd to 7th. Honestly, this is absolutely baffling to watch, as Ketchin is not making a clean getaway, and it looks like Snaky is still under threat. As he bangs against the wall, Alan is going to be looking for a chance, a moment, an opportunity to perhaps get past the Ferrari, especially if Snaky got some front wing damage for that. Alan is looking on the inside. This is a dangerous place to make a move, and Snaky's not one to give up so easily. They're still going side by side through here. Meanwhile, Border makes a move on Multi-Dragon as Border is charging forward. The two Ferraris working well together. Sketchy Bull also making a move on Multi-Dragon on the outside, using full DRS. Moldy breaks late. Snaky takes the opportunity, not Snaky, Sketchy makes the opportunity to get past as Moldy bashes against the wall a little bit on the inside. Snaky going side by side now with Alan, gets himself ahead and now is up to 4th place. Alan breaks late though. He is not giving up this 4th place position and keeps himself ahead of the Ferrari. This action is non-stop and Snaky is once again going to battle him going into the next corner. The McLaren remains ahead just for now, but he goes wide. Snaky senses another opportunity, and they're still going at it. This battle seems to be never-ending, and now Alan is trying to pull away, desperate to not get involved with the Ferrari any longer. He put himself over half a second within a short span, and now Border is gaining on his teammate, perhaps looking for a chance to make a move. Perhaps some team orders are about to occur between the two. Let's see what happens. Oh, man. These first 5 laps have been some of the most intense racing I have ever witnessed. Just wow, is all I have to say. Oh. Yeah. Now Border is gaining rapidly on his teammate. Looking on the outside, I don't think Snaky's trying to fight this any longer. Yeah, he's not using any battery. Border is now free and can charge after the Alpine and McLaren. I suspect Snaky may perhaps have damage after all is said and done. No, he doesn't. Is he fighting his teammate? He's fighting his teammate. You know, what? He's not using it. What the heck? Is Snakey just running extremely low downforce or something? The two Ferraris are duking it out. He just crashed! This... How was it? Wait, not even a safety car? Not even a virtual safety car! Oh, he's well off the track, never mind. Snakey gets a 3-second time penalty, though. And now, Alan is in the running for second place. Miniko has found himself up into P19 after just making a move. But he's still so far behind. He needs the safety car to get back in this battle. Meanwhile, the two Ferraris once again duking it out. Border comes out on top this time and is up to 4th place. Meanwhile, Snakey is in danger because Sketchy is looking for a move. After a disappointing qualifying for the Alfa Romeo driver, he is bringing out all the stops in the race and seems to be nigh unstoppable at the current moment. Snakey, though, has proven to be a tough customer when it comes to overtaking, so Sketchy is going to have a hard time with this one. He's going to have to be very patient and wait for an opportunity. There's the opportunity, Sketchy. Feel free to go for it. He did not have to wait long for that. Meanwhile, Alan and Ketchen are going wheel to wheel. The mediums are going to be struggling just a little bit. Well, they're not going to be dead, but at this moment, they're going to be struggling with just a little bit. The soft tires, meanwhile, at this point, are probably completely dead. Snakey and Sketchy going wheel to wheel as Sketchy finds himself ahead. Snakey, what were you thinking there, Snakey? Snakey just completely murders Sketchy. He was just trying to squeeze in where there was no room. Snakey is going to get a very hefty penalty for that later. Like, there was the rest of the track available. He should have backed out and then just, flipped over to the outside. He wasn't alongside enough. He wasn't entitled to a space. Sketchy had every right to close the door in that moment. I feel bad for Sketchy because he just got absolutely ruined after an incredible drive. Like, that's definitely going to be some major damage for him after that one. But hey, Miniko got that safety car he was hoping for. And honestly, drivers could pit now for hard tires and finish the race on them. Just these 7 laps, it has been non-stop. It has been non-stop action, non-stop intensity. Estenba is going to be pitting for hard tires, which he'll be able to finish the race on. Ketchen also pitting, and medium tires should be able to make it, albeit struggling by the end. Oh, and Snakey's going to lose a little bit of time in the double stack, but honestly, he's going to be losing more time after he gets a penalty for that collision. Like, I'm no steward, but obviously, I'm not the one who's going to decide that, but from my point of view, like, that's pretty open shut. He deserves a penalty for that. He finds himself right next to Sketchy just about... Oh, wait, no, never mind, there's Sketchy. Sketchy getting a new front wing is going to find himself behind Miniko now. Yeah, again, like, Snakey, that was entirely his fault from my point of view. I need to mute Discord. Nope. Stig, if you're watching, I hate you for that. I just want you to know that. I personally hate you for what you just posted in the Discord gen chat. I just want you to know that. Anyways. We have a bunch of drivers gathered up. Wait, why didn't Drunken pit? Why didn't he pit? Those soft tires are dead! I I I don't know what's happening anymore. Could someone please explain to me what's been happening this race? I am so baffled at this point. I feel partially brain dead right now. Like it's not okay. I'm not okay. Like this is, I think, a strategic blunder from Drunken Shamrock. Those soft tires have died out by now. They're not making it to the end. I really hope he's going to decide to pit this lap because I mean, they're not making it. Medium tires would be perfect for him right now. Please pit. Oh, thank God. If he didn't, I was genuinely going to end the stream just so I could call him and scream at him. Oh my God. I would have like lost my mind if he didn't pit. Okay, good. He's pitting. He's going for hard tires. Good choice. He'll be able to make it to the end, no problem. Honestly, mediums wouldn't have been a bad call either at this point. But still, he's going to drop all the way down to P18 for that. Henry in the chat. Yeah, Henry has seen the Discord gen chat. He knows. He knows. Sketchy is not happy. Thinking Snaky with I can only imagine is that statement is just dripping with sarcasm right now. I mean, again, from my point of view, I'm no steward. Like, again, let me make that clear. I am not a steward. But I personally think that was entirely Snaky's fault. Like, 100% that was Snaky's fault in my mind. Anyways. Aston Ba is going to be leading us off after what has been pretty comfortable for him thus far. Hitch, unfortunately, he was second for so long with that crash ruined him, but that wasn't what brought out the safety car. It was a collision between Sketchy and Snaky. Thankfully, Sketchy's still in this after what occurred, but I suspect Snaky is going to get a hefty penalty for what happened. Meanwhile, Minico, after some shenanigans that occurred early on and having to replace his front wing, is now back in that running for a battle and could see himself on the points with his little apiece. Maybe a podium is on the cards? Oh, everybody's gathering up real close right there. That is terrifying to see. But you can see everybody's gathering up. They're all bunching up as Esteban is immediately charging off. And Border got caught lacking out of everybody. Moldy immediately goes into the pits. He's got a broken front wing. Oh. That's just brutal. I feel so bad for him. Meanwhile, we have battles going on here. Side by side through here. MRK puts himself ahead of Normbash. Meanwhile, Minico put himself ahead of Gwenfro. Looks like Sketchy as well is ahead of Gwenfro. Meanwhile, Old School and Snaky are battling here. Looks like... Oh, no, something's happened to Benzo. Benzo is going very slowly and is now going to rejoin, but he's going to be losing out on multiple positions here, and I think Gwenfro is looking for a move on the outside as well. Yes, he manages to put himself ahead. Benzo has dropped down massively after what has just occurred. Meanwhile, Old School is on the chase after MB Jacobson. We have a lot of unexpected drivers up near the top right now. Old School on the inside, taking advantage of the medium tire. Snaky chasing behind as well, using the soft tires to his advantage. Snaky is going to be driving even more aggressively, I fear, as he almost hits the back of the Alpine. Caution at Sector 3. What has happened? Gwenfro. Oh, that sucks. Gwenfro is just not having a good time here. Meanwhile, looks like Minico put himself ahead of Norbash, and Esteban puts in the fastest lap of the race. He is already a second and a half clear? Are you kidding me? Meanwhile, Miniko is going to be fighting MRK, diving on the inside into turn 1. Textbook overtake. Miniko puts himself ahead into P9. Oh, I would like to once again state, I am not okay. Meanwhile, Ketchin is actually gaining on Ellen here. This could be an opportunity for the Alpine to perhaps sneak himself a little bit further up the podium. We'll have to see what happens. Meanwhile, Miniko in range of MB Jacobson. He's going to have to try his best to hold off the Red Bull, but considering Miniko's pace, I don't think he's going to be able to do such a thing for very long. Meanwhile, for Snaky, I think the soft tire was a poor choice. Oh, hits the wall just a little bit. I mean, he's going to have to pit again. There's no way the softs are making it to the end unless you are really managing your tires. And considering the pace he's putting in right now, he absolutely isn't. Meanwhile, Sketchy is going to make 2 moves here. One at Norbash, one at MRK. He puts himself into the points positions while Miniko makes a move on the outside of MB Jacobson to take E8. At the same time, looks like Yellow puts himself ahead of Border as now his own teammate is gaining on him. Border keeps himself ahead for the time being. Yellow is up into P4, and with his current pace, maybe a podium is in the cards for him. We'll have to take a look. Meanwhile, Snaky puts himself ahead of Border as well. Border didn't even try to fight that one. He just let his teammate on through. Meanwhile, Miniko, slowly but surely, appears to be gaining on Mr. Old School. Yes, he is. And, well, considering the pace gap right now, he's also catching up with both Snaky and Border as well. So, Miniko is starting to put himself just within touching distance. Caution in Sector 1. What has happened? Something's happened to MRK, I think? Yep, he's lost his front wing end plate on the right side. Oh. Meanwhile, Ketchin is now closer than ever to Allen. Allen runs a little bit wide. This could be the opportunity Ketchin has been waiting for. As you can see that speed difference at the moment, Allen has not used much battery, but Ketchin doesn't need to make a move here as he now finds himself ahead with the help of DRS. He is now clear into second place. Allen could fight it back, though, because I think he's about to get some DRS of his own. Yes, he does. So they're going to be going side by side into turn 1. Allen pushing 100% as they now charge towards the first corner. Allen is going to be ahead. At the same time, Yellow and Sneaky going wheel to wheel into turn 1. Little bit rough here. They're still side by side. Not anymore, though. Snaky finds himself ahead and into 4th place. Really using those soft tires as much as he can, but, I mean, those tires are about to be dying soon enough. And he's going to have to pit, and that gap he's going to be losing is going to be massive. Sketchy gets another time penalty as Drunken now rejoins. Snaky struggles a little bit in those corners, leaves him vulnerable to Yellow Snowman, now going side by side into the hairpin corner. Oh, it's Snaky! Snaky hits Yellow! Oh no, that's a VSC. I did not get a good POV of that, but Snaky has been volatile all race. No, I mean, if this VSC continues, could use this opportunity to go into the pits and get a discounted pit stop. Still, I mean, after that incident, which, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's his fault. I mean, considering has a couple of incidents, kind of sets a precedent, much as I hate to say it. Drunken, meanwhile, is just having connection issues. And Snaky, yeah, he's going to pit now. Several others are pitting as well. Yellow has no choice but to pit after the damage he suffered. And I think Border got caught in that scuffle as well. So this has impacted both Ferrari cars. Honestly, kind of disastrous. As Snaky retires. Snaky retires the car. Maybe the damage that he had was a little bit too great to continue. Either that, or he just kind of felt bad for what has happened over the course of this. I'm not quite. But now, meanwhile, Estimba is 3 seconds clear. Moldy gets a time penalty. And now the gap has increased for just about everyone, so it seems almost everybody is settled into place, with the exception of one group, Gary having to defend himself from Benzo and Normbash, as having to defend himself from kicking possible for that last points position. Benzo rapidly gaining on Gary, who has no battery left, while Benzo is nearly full capacity and can just freely burn this battery as he's going to absolutely fly past this Alpine. You see it. Oh, wait, what? Another beast? What is happening? Oh. No. It's Moldy, isn't it? Oh, Moldy broke his front wing, and that's a virtual safety car. The chat from Henry Pro realized he was a hazard. I think that may have been what occurred. I really can't say for certain because obviously, I don't have access to driver radios. It would be really cool if I got that, however. But being realistic, that kind of stuff would be able to occur without full setup in the works, which I don't have the resource. Probably. Anyway, Jacobson and Sketchy, the two Alfa Romeos, seem to be on for a good points finish. And this could bring them higher up in the Constructors' Championship. Speaking of, let's take a look at that. Oh! The game is just kicking him while he's down. He's already down to P16. Why give him a drive through? That's brutal. Meanwhile, Sketchy is going to overtake his teammate and move up in the top 5 position. Honestly, not a bad call if Sketchy has more pace because he's got 6 seconds of penalties to work through, so increase the gap and trying to mitigate that damage is going to be the best thing he can possibly. And Jacob, if he wants to be a good teammate, it would probably be in his best interest hold off all the cars he can behind. Meanwhile, Midnight is way ahead of Normpack and is on his way just a little bit further up. Let's take a look at these. Let me take a look here. Standings, here we are. Okay, there we go. Oh my god! Shinba. If he wins this, if this continues, currently there is a 26-point gap between Essenba and Allen. So, let me take a look here. Fastest lap. Where's the fastest lap? Here we are. Essenba has the fastest lap. So, with that difference here. Okay, so if this continues and it finishes like it is, Essenba will be. Oh my god, I can't math. Okay, he'll be within 18 points distance between himself and Allen. So, if Essenba wins the final 2 races, and Allen doesn't finish second both times, Essenba clinches the championship. So, Allen needs to get at minimum P2 in the final 2 races, and well, also this one, if he hopes to pull it off. And right now, he could be in danger because Ketchen is within DRS range now. So yeah, if Allen if Allen does not get P2 in the final 3 races, including this one, Allen will find himself losing the championship. Meanwhile, Miniko, rip the homie. that sucks. And it goes all the way down to P9 after that incident. I mean, he told me himself that he doesn't like it here, and he felt himself crashing was inevitable. So there it is. Okay. Look at the okay, here we are. So Alfa Romeo, if they finish with this result, they're gonna find. Oh no! Oh, that's a safety car. Hey everybody, you want to go in for soft tires? Here's a free opportunity. Oh, Nico, if you're listening, if you retire the car, I don't blame you. I don't. Just, you know, cut your losses if you really feel like it. If you continue, I'll respect you for it, but, you know, I won't blame you for just retiring the car after that one, because, I mean, I bet he suffered some more severe damage due to that incident. Going to the pits, yes, so many people are, wait, Esteban, why are they staying out? Why are they staying out? This is a poor call. Wait, maybe they were ahead before that occurred. If that's the case, okay, fine, fair enough. But, when the opportunity arises, go pit. Yeah, they did. I was correct. Okay, so, I mean, for those people up there, I highly recommend pitting. That way we have a very good call. Because otherwise you're going to get swallowed up relatively quickly. But Alfa Romeo, if they manage to finish where they were before, P5, P6, and they keep that, they could find themselves several places higher in the Constructors' Championship, potentially bumping themselves up from 8th to 5th. Because at the current moment, there is 16 points between 5th and 8th in the Constructors. AlphaTauri with 65, Haas 56, Ferrari 52, and Alfa Romeo 49. Winfro gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Aston Bob pits. Allen is going to pit. Ketchen is going to pit. Drunken, please pit. Old School is probably going to pit. Kate DePossum is also... I'm kind of looking at this, and I'm trying to think. I mean, he's in a great position, but he could get swallowed. He should pit. He should pit. Now, Drunken, I really hope you have a spare set of softs, or at the very least, a spare set of mediums, because now's the time. Please don't stay out. He shouldn't, and I don't think he will. No, he's not. Okay, good. No, why? Why? Why would you do this to me? I don't understand. I don't. Are you doing this to just personally torment me? Because if so, it's working. I hate this. I hate this so much. You're on 10 left bold hards, please. Stop hitting. Why? Why did he do that? Why? Old School and Kate DePossum, they're on older mediums, which I kind of disagree with staying out unless you just don't have any spare tires, in which case fair enough. But, like, do you not have any others? That's all you have? Oh. Oh my god. Not okay. I just... just checked the no assist gen chat, and Minico basically said F this track, which I agree with that sentiment 100%. Well, when it comes to driving for racing in entertainment. as we've seen, like, first 7 laps is the most intense racing I've ever witnessed. And then, everything else. Now we're just in an insane finale that's about to come up. Drunken Shamrock is continuing to stay out. Why? This is doing psychological damage to me. Okay. Anyways. Safety car should be uneasy enough, and then Drunken Shamrock is just gonna get followed up because he's on 8 tires. And Gary could actually be and the 2 Alfa Romeos showed impressive pace, but that 6-second time penalties are hurt Sketchy real bad. He's going to put in some work to mitigate the difference as best he can. Meanwhile, fighting all the way from the back with 3 seconds time penalty. I mean, he's got pace, but he's got his work cut out for him. Meanwhile, Allen is in a potentially great position to perhaps take the fight to Estenbaugh, but he's still got Ketchum behind, who's shown impressive. But I mean, these 3 have an interesting roadblock by the name of this Haas driver. Okay, there is a confirmation that the safety car is going to be in this lap. Esteban is going to be leading them off. So let's see how he handles this restart. It's going to be his best interest and jump as best he can. What's going on back there? All right. So we're going to run on board with Allen for this. Let's see just how far Esteban can get to make a getaway. Oh, he's already going. He's going now. He's absolutely caught Allen off guard. And that's going to help out Esteban a good amount by the time we get to turn 1. Has anyone else been caught lacking? Midnight has, and now Sketchy's going to be looking for an opportunity to make a move as they charge towards the first corner. Midnight, braking late, is going to try and fight this back. Minico retires in the pits, and Sketchy and Midnight go wheel to wheel through here. Sketchy puts himself ahead and is up to P9. Meanwhile, Old School gets past Drunken Shamrock, who now drops to P5. And at the same time, Allen is losing touch very quickly with Ketchum. Midnight crashes! But I think that's all the safety car is used up. It is! Meanwhile, Ketchum is keeping up with Allen, who is struggling to hang on. Drunken Shamrock loses out. Oh no! This is really bad. He's in a very bad spot. This is absolutely terrifying. Oh my god. Oh! And look at that. He's all the way down in last now. Meanwhile, Allen has completely lost touch to Estenbaugh, but Ketchum hasn't lost touch with him. In fact, he's very rapidly closing in. That straight line difference is massive. Allen could be in danger here by the time we get to turn 1. Yeah, you can see him just reeling that McLaren in. As Allen sets the fastest lap of the race, that's going to help him out in the championship. Oh, Allen gets a little bit of a close encounter with the wall there. Gets a little bit closer, and it could cost him massively in this championship. It's all about keeping it steady and trying to keep this position. But, you know, Ketchum, you can see it. He's inching ever closer. He's getting within range. Allen is making mistakes as Ketchum is now within 4/10, made that 3. As there's only a little bit of distance between the two. Allen running a little bit wide. Ketchum now is just right on his tail. Objecting the mirrors perhaps faster than it appears, as Allen is going to have to do his best to hold off hold off Ketchen. Otherwise, that's going to be more points lost and a potential championship loss by the end of this season. Every single point is going to count in order to maintain that lead, but Ketchen is looking to steal a few more points away from him. Now we make our way down the back straight, as we saw earlier. Ketchen, oh, that's a brush with the wall. Does he have weight damage for it? Wow, he went off scot-free. And now we once again witness the straight-line speed difference between the Alpine and the McLaren. Now going around the final corner, we're going to see it yet again. Now within less than 4/10. This is going to be the gap he's looking for. Esteban puts in another fastest lap of the race, as Esteban is going to be charging ahead even further. Ketchen looking to make a move. It's not going to come to him, though, and he's going to be remaining behind. Border, meanwhile, on the hunt after Sketchy, or perhaps Sketchy just got ahead of him. I'm not sure which is which, but we do see a battle behind. Normbash looking for a move past Yellow. It ain't happening, though. He's going to have to remain behind. MRK gets past Moldy. And meanwhile, let's see what's going on back up at the front. Ketchen has lost some time, actually, to Allen, which isn't good news for Ketchen. He's almost out of DRS range. He's got to claw that gap back. Drunken gets a penalty for speeding the pit lane, and he retires. Winfro spins and nearly totals his car. Oh, and he just bashes into the wall. That might be rear wing damage for that one. Meanwhile, Border gets ahead of Sketchy and is up to 6th place. Sketchy's looking to fight it back, though. The two side by side, getting close, but Border gets ahead. Meanwhile, Ketchen once again back in range. Is DRS enabled by now? I really hope it is. And I bet Ketchen does too. Let's see what happens. Nope, nothing. Alrighty. This battle is going to remain a stalemate until that DRS rear wing opens. And we still have yet to see such a thing. Oh, there it is. There it is. Alright, well, we're going to see how it goes now between the two, because I definitely think Ketchen is a little faster than Allen overall. But he's running out of time to make such a move. We're on the penultimate lap. If he wants to get ahead, he has very little distance left to go to do that. Allen can't afford to make a single mistake there here, because Ketchen isn't making any at all. The slightest error between these two could spell the difference between the second step and the third step of the podium, or potentially even a DNF, depending on how things go. Now making their way through turn 13, Allen running in deep is going to be getting a nice exit. Ketchen, though, a little bit nicer, perhaps? Oh, no, never mind. That dirty air is not doing Ketchen any favors. Caution in sectors 1 and 2. That's the McLaren of Normbash, who appears to have had a problem. And Ketchen now getting ever so closer. DRS is going to allow him to close that gap even further. He should have it. Why isn't he using it? He's holding back. Meanwhile, Allen has so much battery to play with. As Allen struggles out of the corner yet again. If Ketchen is going to make a move, he needs to do it now or never. This is going to be his best opportunity. Neither are using their battery. Ketchen is just playing super patient with this for no reason. Well, then again, no. If he's going to push, now's the time. He's not using battery. He may not need it. This is going to be a final lap battle between the two. Ketchen has been biding his time. He can't afford to bide it any longer, though, because, I mean, you know, it's so close between the two. This is going to be a close finale. Look at that distance. 4 seconds just about between first and second. Esteban is just built different at the current moment. Ketchen has managed to save up plenty of battery. He's actually almost even with Allen, which is exactly what he needs. But he needs to make sure he keeps within range, because now Allen is trying to burn battery to make a getaway. Ketchen also burning to try and keep up. Who is going to take second place? Will Ketchen be able to close the gap by the time we get to the finish line? Or will Allen be the one to finish on top? Ketchen using DRS this time around to rapidly close the distance between the two, as now we make our way down the back straight. Ketchen has lost some distance. He needs to push with everything he has now. Otherwise, it's going to be only third place for the Alpine driver. He has it almost within his grasp, but Allen, I think, is going to be able to edge him out here. Ketchen slips! Oh, no, and that is the difference, which will gain Allen second and Ketchen third. This championship battle is still close, though. 18 points between Allen, our championship leader, and Esteban, who is currently second in the standings. 2 races left to go. And again, according to the math, if Allen finishes third in both races, third or lower, he loses the championship. So he needs to make sure he's in the top 2. If he DNFs once and Esteban wins, Esteban leads the standings. But if Esteban wins the last 2 races, let's say he manages to pull that off, Allen needs to finish at least second both times. Well, let me do the math here. Yep, he has to. He has to finish second both times. If he finishes third once, that's it. So he needs to be the second step of the podium or higher in both races. Well, unless he gets fastest lap, in which case, he could finish third once, but it would be on countback at that point. Or if he gets both fast laps in the final 2 races, he can win. If he only gets it once, it's going to be on count. So very close championship between those two. It's going to be exciting to see how the rest of it plays out, but this race, I think, was exciting enough for the rest of the night. That was exhausting for me, and I wasn't even driving. So, that says anything about the people actually racing, and that just speaks to how exciting it was. Incredible race. And we have Belgium next week, which is going to be a monster in its own right. So we have a lot to look forward to in that regard. Well-earned victory for Esteban, and I think he's going to be quite proud of that one. And now we're going to see if we can get the top 3 in a 4. Okay, Esteban, if I'm correct, doesn't do it. So we're going to go ahead and get Allen in. Well, not Allen. Ketchen in first. There it is. Okay, Ketchen, can you hear me? No, I can't. Yeah. What a race you just had. I don't know what it was like from your perspective the whole time, but absolutely insane. You managed to keep your head above water in all of that chaos where a few others drowned. Yeah. Great racecraft and great pace to keep yourself up there towards the front, kept out of trouble, despite it just being everywhere around you. Like, you're the equivalent of like the meme of "this is fine," and you're just sitting there, just everything is on fire around you. But brilliant result for yourself to finish third place. So, how do you feel with all that? Yeah, unfortunate that you didn't win that battle. I mean, I felt like personally maybe you were a little bit too patient those final couple laps, but you almost got him. And yeah, but that real killer was that final corner. I saw you like slip just a little bit. The moment I saw that, my heart just dropped because I mean, Yeah, I mean, still, regardless, the fact that you nearly beat him is a testament to it itself how impressive that drive was. So, I mean, absolutely incredible. Do you think we'll see you on the podium next week in Spa? Any strategies for that? All right, perfect. Thanks for your time. And finally, we have our current champion. Okay, Alan, can you hear me? Thanks. Anyways, so what a race you had. Not an ideal qualifying for you. Went wide in the first run, invalidated the second, managed to get it right in the third, but wasn't even in the top five, which is kind of unusual by your standards. Still, did great to fight your way back throughout the race. Had a lot of tough opponents throughout, including towards the end with Ketchen. Managed to come out on top in that battle. But I mean, with Estenbaugh, built different that entire time. He just pulled away immediately. Yeah, I don't blame you. I also hate. But brilliant race for you. Still, if my math is correct, there's now only 18 points between yourself and Ketchen. So in order to win the championship, you need to finish at minimum second in both races if Esteban wins. So do you think you're gonna be able to pull that off? No pressure. Yeah. So any plans or strategies going into Belgium next week? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Oh my god, I am like mentally drained after that. That was an immense race, an immense performance. Props to everybody who managed to finish because wow. I think we'll be looking forward to even more action at one of the most exciting tracks on the calendar, Belgium, next week. So we'll be seeing you all then. I've been Monk Mage. I'll be seeing you all next time.